Hello, you crazies and loons. This is Buddy's Room, and my name is Roger.
Hey, my name's Chris, and this is Buddy's Room. This podcast is brought to you by Buddy's Ranch and Buddy's House, the premier recovery destinations in Northern California. We believe in the power of community and connection to support individuals on their journey to recovery.
We're being joined by someone I've known in the recovery field for quite a while. I used to sponsor him. His name's Chris Jewell.
Welcome. How's it going?
Welcome,
Thanks,
Chris.
guys, for having me on.
Yeah,
I appreciate
absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Chris Jewell.
Did you put those peace signs up to be like, I am not a crook?
I'm not a crook.
I am not a crook.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
But he is kind of a crook. He just got out of jail today. And he's joining us straight from the county hotel.
Yeah.
Got out at
indeed.
5 today.
Good times.
Good times. Indeed. They let me outside so I look like I have the tan of the
Hell yeah,
altitude.
the farmer's tan.
Yeah, I could pull it off from jail. I'm not pasting, right? I'm okay.
No, yeah, you got some good color to you.
So you had a lot of yard time?
Yeah, I made sure of it. Okay. Yeah, they do stuff like handball and laps, lots of walking.
Did you happen to make any 12-step meetings while you were in the jail?
I actually, I did every day. I was quite surprised. My second day in there, I was over in minimum custody. And I was quite surprised on my second day, after dinner, the entire dorm of about 30 guys was all gathered around reading Bible scripture, and they were having Bible study after the meeting, or excuse me, after chow, after dinner. And I was really surprised because out of 32 guys, 28 guys, I mean, Mexicans, Hispanics, Punjabi, black, white, you know what I mean? Yeah. They all got together, which are usually in segregated classes.
Right.
They were all together sharing recovery and Christ. So I was really surprised to even see that.
Yeah.
Because that's not something I've got a little extensive history in California prisons and stuff from 20 years ago. And that's just something you don't see. Yeah. So I was quite relieved, and it was nice. And to tell you the truth, when the guy who had been leading that Bible study left about 10 days ago, I took over, and I began, and I was throwing a lot of my recovery in it because I used to go in as an agent for, can I say?
H&I?
Yeah. Can I say?
Yeah.
For Alcoholics Anonymous, I was the actual Yuba County coordinator for H&I in Yuba County Jail.
Okay.
So I would go into Sutter County Jail one Wednesday, Yuba County Jail another Wednesday, and then go to the kids' juvenile hall and do it for them too another Wednesday. And I did that for a couple of years.
That's amazing.
So I started with this Bible study, kind of really wrapping drugs and alcohol into our Bible study. But when I prayed on it, I was like, guys, I don't mean to turn this into a, you know what I mean?
AA meeting?
An AA meeting or an NA meeting, your Bible study, you know what I mean? But I said, after praying on it and today's reading on the Daily Bread, it's talked about alcoholism and drug addiction. I said, so there's my answer. You know what I mean? Right. I said, I'm going to go out on a limb and say 92% of us are in here for drugs and alcohol or behaviors related to,
absolutely.
Right? And so everybody agreed. They said, no, it's perfect, dude. And so it went very well, and I did that for the last 10 days, and I'm really pleased with the direction it went, and I passed the torch last night, and hopefully they continue doing what they're going to do.
Yeah. Who took over?
I don't know. Their first one without me is tonight at about 5:00. So
did they have H&I in there?
I did not get action at an H&I meeting, unfortunately.
What do you mean get action?
They never called AA meeting. They didn't call us.
You guys were just getting together after chow.
On our own, inmates.
That's amazing.
Inmates.
That's great.
I was completely blown away.
So that just tells you right there that alcohol and drugs, man, that people need help.
Absolutely.
They want help, even in jail. It's been my experience that whenever H&I would come in when I was locked up down in Sweet Home, Alabama, for you guys to come together on your own, on your free time, that before you're locked down, that's saying something.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
It's a revival.
A revival. Praise
It's
Jesus.
a revival, indeed.
So, how long? What is your longest clean time? Have you
8
had?
years, 10 months of absolute, complete, no substance at all, no mind altering chemical at all. 8 years, 10 months.
That's great.
And if you want to hear what happened,
Sure. If you don't,
quite-
if you want to share it.
it's a crazy story. So, 8 years, 10 months. This is right at the COVID era, right? I hadn't been to an actual meeting, face-to-face meeting, and probably about 7 weeks, 8 weeks, going on 2 months, right?
Yeah.
And so we were doing the Zoom meetings, and it's great. You know what I mean? I get to put you could adjust the background, and I get to show off my sneaker collection behind me. You know what I mean? I'm a sneakerhead. And so that was fun. That was a cool aspect of Zoom, but it was missing a really one-on-one.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I love to hug people. I love to shake hands. How you doing, brother?
Be in the moment.
Look people in the eye.
Yeah.
And it was really missing that element for me. So I feel like even though I was in Zoom meetings 4 times a week, you know what I mean? I felt like I was underprepared for the encounter that I was going to end up having. Wasn't spiritually fit for the encounter coming up around the corner. So about 8 weeks into it, 8 years, 10 months sober, I'm a pillar of recovery in the community. This guy's my sponsor. Love everything we're doing. You know what I mean? Love how far I've come. I'm a sinner, and I'm a hothead, and I have moments where I want to punch somebody in the mouth. But in general, I want to see you sober.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With swollen lips, or you
Yeah.
know? Hey, so
Hey,
so I'm.
I'll help you get sober, but you're going to eat your teeth.
Yeah. You know, and we all have our faults.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty well considering where I'm at and how long I've been with Buddy's house.
Yeah.
Sober living.
Right.
Managing houses. I'm actually an assistant to him. You know what I mean? I wear many hats, shop, do all this stuff, manage houses and stuff. So I wear many hats for Buddy's house. But
I'm the same way with Buddy's
COVID shut everything down. We're not having interaction. They're
Yeah.
doing porch drops with food. We're not even interacting with people in their own houses.
Yeah.
So at that time, I'm starting to look at my buddy who's also in recovery. Called me and goes, "Hey, moving out to a house. I've got this nice 1-bedroom apartment. I'm going to give it to you at my cost. Everybody knows about you. I put in a good word. I love you," because I helped get him sober at the time.
Okay.
And so I'm now looking to make an exit plan from Buddy's house after about 8 years.
Yeah.
Went and checked out the apartment. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I was ready to make the transition. I'm going to call him later, let him know, what I saw, what I found. What do you think?
Yeah.
Am I ready?
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of fear involved.
Oh yeah, of course.
Coming down Garden Highway, just came back from checking out the apartment. Coming right up Garden Highway next to the Mexican restaurant and the gas station, what's Holly Oak, right there on Garden Highway. And there's a sunglass case, a snap open clamshell sunglass case in the bike. And I like designer sunglasses, so I thought I got
And
a
shoes.
freebie. Yeah, designer sunglasses. So I thought I got a freebie. All right, let's see what kind of glasses we got.
Right.
Ray-Bans, Oakleys, what are there? I popped it open, and it was 1.2 ounces of methamphetamine.
Oh wow.
Chris,
Yes.
you're not ready.
I know.
This is
I
God.
know, right? It sucked the wind out of my lungs and the car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just went,
Yeah.
And then he hit the pipe.
no, I didn't. So the first thought I thought, you know what I mean?
Contemplated it.
With 8 years, 10 months sober, of solid recovery. This isn't
Yeah. No, yeah.
mediocre show up to a meet. I mean, I'm buried neck deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The first thought that came, I've been with a girl for about 7 years. I had a new girlfriend and we were wonderful. Everything was great. I mean, for the most part. I said, I'm going to ghost her and I'm going to go to Willits, California, where nobody knows me. I've got $600 in my back pocket. I've got an ounce of meth and I'm going to go lock myself in a hotel room and not come out. Yeah. That was my first thought.
Wow. After 7 years.
After this long, it just it blows my mind now.
Yeah.
Then all I did was go home to one of his houses that I was the assistant manager at. I was the assistant manager at. Locked myself in my room, got one of my testosterone syringes, and and injected a large amount of meth.
I never made it to Willits.
And I never made it to bullets. No, I
Didn't
sure
come
didn't.
out of that room.
So I was up all night losing my mind. Nobody was the wiser. They just thought I went to bed early. You know, they were doing their own thing in the house.
4
And-
days later.
No. It was
Willits
literally only 18 hours later. I heard
Close
the
enough.
house manager making coffee and stuff, and even though I was high, I have integrity. That's something that I gathered along
Absolutely.
the line. And I said, "Hey Roger, do you still have that digital scale?" Because he would weigh his vegetables and stuff. I go, "You still have that digital scale?" He goes, "Yeah, I do. Why?" And I go, "I found something yesterday and I want to weigh it." And he goes, "What did you find?" And I clicked it open. He goes, "Oh my God, what is that?" I go, "I found it out in front of the Mexican restaurant over there on Garden Highway, and I used." And this is one of my friends. This is my manager. We've done recovery together.
Right.
We've been in several houses. We were confidants. We were representatives of Buddy's house.
Yeah.
We're doing counsel together. We're doing testing together. I'm
Integrity partners.
yeah, indeed. And I was doing the testing for Buddy's house for the past year.
Yeah.
I was the one testing the urine.
He was also cooking food for me.
And I was also cooking because I'm a great cook.
Right.
So
He never
I just said
sprayed.
I used some, and he goes, "Oh no, you're kidding me." I said, "Yeah, dude, I did." And he goes, "Dude, you just threw away what? Almost didn't you throw away 9 years?" I go, "Almost. I was at 8 years 10 months, brother." And he goes, "Oh, Chris," he goes, "Well, I got to tell Roger." I go, "No, you need to take this to the office.
Yeah.
Do not give it to Roger. Give it to Anna, because Roger."
I'm an
He's an
addict.
addict too.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
He's like,
Yeah.
what's that? Precious.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the ring, with
Spiegel,
the ring.
Spiegel.
You put an ounce of crank in front of him, and he's probably going to do the same thing I did.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I'm the same
And so,
way.
So I'm probably going to do it all and go in the hospital.
yeah.
Tell them you're having a heart attack.
You know, Chris, this kind of leads into something we were discussing last week about relapse.
Yeah.
And, I know a little bit about relapse prevention and stuff like that. But since that relapse,
Yeah.
how hard has it been to get anywhere close to that length of sobriety again?
Almost impossible.
Yeah.
Almost impossible. So a couple of things. I've had plenty of time to think about. Remember, this was 2020, so it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And the most I've been able to put together is 11 solid months.
Yeah.
That's integrous 11 months.
Yeah.
But in general, I'm going 3 weeks, 90 days, 64 days, 31 days, 12 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm all over the map, and I can't put together anything close to what and a few things happened with that, right? So I lost my identity in the recovery community. Nobody's calling on me anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't make it through the first real good temptation, if you will. I mean, we found loaded pipes and stuff like that, and little baggies of next to nothing, you know what I mean, and storage units.
You're no longer a guru.
Yeah, I'm no longer a guru. I mean, people would actually, when they thought of somebody to sponsor, call Chris. Call Chris. I was the first
You were the man.
one on the list. Yeah, I was that guy, and I loved it. I didn't wear my 8 years like a badge of honor, so I had people like that about me.
Yeah.
I've got 8 years.
You were modest
I have
about
today,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
I have today.
Yeah. Just
But
for
I've
that.
managed to put some time together, and I'll do with you what my sponsor did with me. Hard nosed to the point. No, if don't play with me, or
Yeah.
I'll see you later. You know what I mean? But and I lost my identity in the recovery field. You know what I mean? And it was a blow. I was lost. I didn't know who I was outside of having any sort of quality time for them to call on me in a meeting. They don't want to hear from me.
Yeah.
And so it was a weird spot to be in.
Yeah.
And so I struggled with that for probably 12 or 14, 15 months. And then another blow, my mama, she became just sick. She was sick, and she had went to the hospital and started dying, and she died twice one year, and then another time the next year. And then the following year, the third year, she actually died from an overdose from her medication.
Yeah.
And that was 17 months ago. And I just had a real hard time finding my place, one, in the world, again, without my mama.
Yeah.
And two, with such little recovery in me. You know what I mean? It's just, every time I think of it, I'm like, I'm just going to go use it and cover it up
Right.
again. You know what I mean? It's made it easy,
Yeah.
almost. You know what I mean?
Well-
I don't have that much time anyway. You know what
Well,
I
I
mean?
would kind of imagine that a lot of the whole relapse process kind of weighed on your heart, that you knew your mom was taking too much medication, but you really had a hard time standing on this moral ground of mom cut it out
Right.
when you're having a hard time cutting it out yourself.
Right.
So what they always say, and my dad just passed a little while ago, and we're real close in terms of when our parents passed.
Correct.
But
My mother died December the 11th.
yeah, mine was
23rd.
December 23rd.
I had to pull the plug on her.
Mine was December
G.O.D.
26th.
So we're all in that same ballpark,
Wow.
but which is crazy, and we're sitting here talking. But it's hard not to sit there and blame ourselves
Yeah.
for not being able to be there
Yeah.
during those last times of our parents' life. Now, I was good on my dad because he had Alzheimer's and I was taking care of him. But fortunately for me, he didn't know I relapsed a year earlier, you know. And my sponsor finally told me, he goes, dude, you got to pick a date. You know, because him hawing around. Do I pick the day? I was completely sober. And finally, I picked the day. It was December 23rd, which was the last day of my relapse, when I was in the backyard with boxers and boots on and an AR-15. You know,
Geeked out.
I was marching the perimeter. Of the
Yeah.
backyard,
Yeah. Of course you
It
were.
was secure. It was
Yeah.
secure.
Yeah, it was
I
making sure.
I kept seeing these.
Yeah. Ninjas. I called them ninjas.
No, mine were reindeer. For
Right.
sure. I'm not gonna shoot that guy. But anyway, just kidding. But he had Alzheimer's, so I didn't really have to tell him.
Yeah.
Because if I would have told him, he would have forgot the
Yeah,
very
he
next
would've.
day.
Probably
And he
would've.
wasn't communicative at that time. So, but that same thing happened with my mother. You know, I had relapsed a little bit prior to my mother's death, and I ended up doing the third step prayer with her. And I didn't need to tell her because it would have broke her heart.
Right.
And there was no need to do that. And I don't think you really had to tell your mom you relapsed, did you?
I told her anyway.
You did?
Yeah, I did. She hated it, but she's so unfortunately caught up in her own. And she was being prescribed this legally. You know what I mean?
No, she had
she
had a real
legitimate
medical
health- yes,
condition,
correct.
right?
I mean,
But she just overshot the mark like we would if
Yeah.
we're holding our own medication.
Oh yeah.
did I take one at 3 or did I, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
respiratory
Oh, yeah.
failure.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's tragic, but that's what it does.
It is.
That's what it does.
It does. It's absolutely. It's cunning and baffling.
So your sobriety date is what now, Chris?
So my sobriety date is June 1st
Of this year.
Yeah, so I've got 25 days again.
So he had a lot of pressure. He was going to jail.
Yeah, for the first time in 20 years.
First time sober.
Yeah.
Really? Well, actually, he used right before he went in, but he caught his crime sober.
Yeah.
You know,
Caught my crime sober. Dead sober.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
kind of like crazy, you know, that we think that
Yeah.
you know all our problems go away
Yeah.
once we get sober, but in many cases, our problems just intensify.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't have that release of getting high and just forgetting about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I tell some of the guys in the program that they're running from the law. Some, a few come, running from the law.
Type thing.
Yeah, and I tell them, I was like, well, at least when you go back to face the music, you're gonna do it sober, so you can. For one, you're not gonna go through detox in jail, because if you've been like me before and been locked up and straight off the streets, that sucks.
Yeah.
And you're going to have the sober mind to be able to deal with life on life's terms when you get there, at least now. And you can, it's going to be easier. It's weird because you've never done it before, but it will be easier. Yeah.
New is sometimes fear,
Yeah.
based,
Oh,
very
yeah.
fair.
Absolutely.
So, Chris, can
Yes.
you tell me maybe one of the funniest times you had in sobriety?
Oh, how about just when I knew that I was in the right place? So I'm an ex stand-up comic. I'm pretty personable. I have my own comedy show here
Oh, awesome.
locally for years. So I enjoy making people laugh. And,
Yeah.
and for the first time at like 16, 17 months sober, I had found my funny bone again, and we had the best times.
Yeah.
Post meetings, going
Right.
out to dinner and stuff like that. Just one of the greatest times when I realized, I go, dude, I'm in the right place and I can do this.
Yeah.
We were at Applebee's restaurant, post daily reprieve meeting on a Thursday,
Yeah.
and we had about 9 of us. There was 9 of us, 4 and 4, and then 1 on the end. And we were at Applebee's, and we were up out of the bar area, and the bar was full, and we were just yucking it up and teasing each other and laughing and comedic just interaction, just banter.
Yeah.
And we were, our whole table of 9 people was just roaring in laughter.
Yeah.
That the bar was going, what's going on up there? You know what I mean?
Right.
What's going on up there? And it was just 9 people in recovery
Just having
having
a
the
good
best
time
time.
of their
Dude.
life.
And that's when I knew I was in the right place. I was
Yeah.
like, there's a fun about all this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And we're a lot of the times we're inappropriate and
Absolutely.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
foul and
Oh, yeah.
stuff like
Still-
that.
still are.
Oh, yeah.
Still
Oh,
are.
yeah.
But in general, there's just so much fun to be had. when
Was
you're
there
sober.
ever a funny time that I had with you, maybe with my dental hygiene?
Oh, yeah.
Oh God.
You want me?
Yeah, tell
How
it.
much time we got?
We got a couple minutes.
Yeah.
So I was early in recovery. I was probably 90 days sober, if
Yeah.
that. And I'm starting to get into the gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Buffing
You know
up.
how we do. You know how we
Yeah.
do. We got a gym across the street. I took to a guy named Woody in the house, and he was my buddy, and we started working out together right across the street. We come home one afternoon, and he's buffing up and he's feeling confident, and
Yeah.
he called me out of my name, and that old prison mentality
Oh,
kicked in when
yeah.
he called me the B word,
Oh shit.
and we got into it. You know,
Yeah.
I had actually headbutted him in the nose
Mm.
and got violent and threw him. He went to throw me down the stairs, and I inadvertently threw him down the stairs,
Yeah.
and he landed on his face.
Oh
Well,
God.
he had a shiner out to here, and our house manager said, "You got to go tell Roger. I can't cover up that dude. His eyes out to here."
Yeah.
So I gave him my sunglasses, and I go, "Let's go talk. I don't want to get Keith Comer,
Yeah.
God rest
Yeah.
his soul,
Yeah.
in trouble."
Yeah.
So we went over to Roger's next door, knocked on the door, and he comes out and having tacos and stuff. And I go, "Hey, Roger, we have something to tell you." And then I go, me and Woody got into it. And he kind of looked over at Woody, took off the glasses, and he looked like he got hit with a baseball in his eye. And he goes, "Oh my God!" Like he had a huge piece of cilantro
Oh my
in his
Lord.
dish. It was like a 4-leaf clover. And we laugh about this to this. We couldn't understand anything he said. Me and Woody was just staring at this 4-leaf clover in his denture. He's going, "I'm not impressed with you." You know what I mean? We laugh about it years later. I go, "Roger, I didn't even hear what you said.
Yeah.
We were looking at the 4-leaf clover."
Well, Chris, we're about out of time, man. It's been a joy and an honor to get to sit here with you and hear some of your story, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Chris. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Roger. Appreciate it.
Chris, you know I love you. I love you to
Yeah.
death.
I love you
We'll
too.
go to the moon and
Yeah.
back together
Absolutely.
for each other.
It's not over.
It's not.
The
It's
story
just,
continues.
That's right.
just
Well, thank you guys for watching. Hey, if you like what you've seen today, subscribe and hit that little like bell so we can get out to more people like you that may need help. Thanks for watching.